Grand rising, my beautiful people. How are you today? I pray you are doing well. I pray your Monday got off to an excellent start. I pray that you were moving forward at the top of your game at the top of the week. I thank you for tuning in wherever you are. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here with me, so I thank you for that. So, family, let's talk about the unfortunate incident of our service members being caught up in the senseless war that's happening over in what they call the Middle East, also known as Gaza, the Gaza Strip. And so, came across my news desk this morning. 3 United States military service members were killed in some type of, I believe, drone attack. But we're going to get to the story in here in just a minute. But before we get to the details of all of that, and we want to say, give our condolences to the families of the victims of this horrific, tragic story. 3 service members that look just like you and I, young service members. Isn't it funny how we're always placed on the front lines at such a very young age? I mean, most of the times, a lot of us just go into the military to earn a living, take care of our families. Oh, I'm sorry, how rude of me. Coffee cups up, coffee cups up. And if you got the herbal tea going up, coffee cups and teacups up to us that partake in the coffee and the tea in the morning. How y'all doing? It's cold. It is cold. I'm cold, anyways. No, we got 49 degrees here in SA, Texas. But yeah, getting back to that tragic story, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen once again. I am Achoti tomorrow. I don't think I said that. I'm Achoti. I got so many things going on in my head right now. No, not interested. Okay, that's on Twitch. Yeah, we're not interested in anything. We're not trying to sell anything. Actually, we come here to do something else. And I'll get to that something else in just a little bit here as well. So let me go ahead and make sure that for those who are viewing on Twitch and also on Facebook and YouTube, we'll show the article that I pulled up from AP News. And we're going to get some background, some detail as to what this story is all about. The story, and yes, just as the story is saying here, shock and grief as families mourn the death of 3 United States service members killed in the Middle East drone strike. And coming from Savannah, Georgia, AP News described by their parents as bubbly and constantly laughing. Specialist Kennedy Sanders and Specialist Breonna Moffett became close friends soon after enlisting in the Army Reserve 5 years ago. Sergeant William Jerome Rivers served a tour in Iraq before joining the same company of Army engineers. The three citizen soldiers from different corners of Georgia all died in a weekend drone strike on a U.S. base in Jordan near the Syrian border that also wounded more than 40 others. Families of the slain reservists said they were shocked when uniformed military officers came to their doors to deliver the news Sunday. While President Joe Biden has promised the U.S. will respond, Moffat's parents said they hope there's no escalation in violence that kills more American troops. Their daughter celebrated her 23rd birthday overseas just 9 days before she was killed. When I tell you this is a tragic story, this is a very tragic story. Young service member. Um, I would love to know the background to what inspired her to want to join the United States military. But just fresh into womanhood, 23 years old, and not with us any longer. So tragic. Brianna Moffett. Condolences to the families once again. It just breaks my heart because as I shared on Instagram this morning, I'm saddened because I predicted that this would happen last year when many of us were saying that this war does not affect us. After Hamas did what they did on October 7th, and 7 days later, Netanyahu and the IDF responded and they declared war on Hamas as well as the Palestinian people. And I saw that because United States took such a strong stance, even vetoing the United Nations Security Council's recommendation to cease fire, they took such a strong stance that I knew it wouldn't be long before our bodies, as in United States troops, would show up and have a presence in that area. And I'm going to not say anymore. I'm going to go to the clip of my video. It's on News Facts and Comments is where it was published. Um, let's say it says here just a month ago. Um, I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to what I said way back then in regards to what just happened, the news that we received that happened over the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and share this clip. Israel wants to take down a duly elected government, and their name is Hamas. That is what we're talking about here. We're not talking about a group of so-called terrorists. This is a organization elected by the people who's supposed to be governing the people. The situation in Israel and Palestine is complex because even though Palestinians have their own government, they do not have control of their infrastructure. They do not have control of their agriculture. They do not have control of their trade. They do not have control of anything that would make them or have them be a fully sovereign operating nation. You remember before couple of years back, maybe even 20, 30 years back, they started talking about a two-state solution. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip where... Meaning that the Palestinians... I planned this clip right here.
I want to now turn to how we got here.
Why it matters.
How the United States and why it matters. How did we get involved in all of this? Not just from the fact that Israel is considered our ally, but we also must consider the fact that the United States has been engaged in warfare against terrorists since since 9/11. Since 9/11. So then I say to you that it matters what's going on over there, and it affects you. Just know that some of us have relatives that serve as part of the United States military. Some of us have families that support those military servicemen and women. That's why it matters. Because anytime the United States says that they support one of their allies and they're going to put their full power behind them, full support behind them, that includes the United States troops, which just happen to be our relatives. So how did we get here?
So that was a clip from a previous live that I did. And if you want to hear that full live, because a lot of things that I said in this particular, where it wasn't a live, it was a premiere. A lot of things that I did in this special report entitled Why the Conflict / War in Palestine Matters. That's on News, Facts, and Comments on YouTube. A lot of things that I said back in December has surely come to pass. So when you have time, the video is quite lengthy, but it is jam-packed with a lot of prophecies, and you'll say, well, this is, all is fair in love and war, but these things are surely right in front of our face, and the writing is on the wall. So I'm saying, take a look at that, if you will. But surely be prepared for perhaps war on these lands, on these shores, because it's not like it was back in the day. United States is real stretched out right now. We're fighting in Yemen, fighting in the Mediterranean area, in the Middle East. You're fighting over there in Ukraine. Not sure how many troops we have over there fighting with under the guise of NATO, right? So we have to be very, very mindful of what we're telling our young people right now that are graduating. Line as far as line of career field, we have to be very, very careful about how we're advising our children. Selection of career field is very, very likely chance that if they enlist now, they're going to be immediately thrown into some type of situation that may have us talking about a story such as this one that's before you right now. So so Biden has promised to respond, and as soon as I have that response, I will bring that to you. They don't want to see the victim's family has expressed, one of the victim's family members have expressed that they don't not want to see more people die, you know, because of this retaliation. Um, in war means more killings, right? That's just the nature of war. So Brianna Moffitt's mother does not want that to happen. So Brianna Moffett joined the Army Reserve in 2019 after graduating from high school. In addition to her military service, she worked for a home care provider, cooking, cleaning, and running errands for people with disabilities, her parents said. When Moffett left with fellow soldiers from the 718th Engineer Company, 926th Engineer Battalion, based at Fort Moore in August. It was her first overseas deployment. She was the oldest of four siblings. Every morning, Francine Muffet said her 8-year-old daughter could call her big sister to say hello while riding to school. Whenever the Muffet family called, they typically would hear from Sanders too. Every time I call Brianna, I see Sanders just stick her head in and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Francine Muffet said. A native of Waycross, 100 miles, 160 kilometers southwest of Savannah, 24-year-old Sanders had volunteered for the Middle East deployment, eager to see a new part of the world, her parents said. At home, she helped coach children's soccer and basketball teams. She also worked at a pharmacy while taking college courses with the aim of becoming an x ray technician. Lately, however, she had considered becoming a full time soldier on active duty once her Army Reserve contract was fulfilled. Understand what I'm telling you. These are our young people who are just looking for an opportunity to what? Have a so-called career. Now, a lot of people may argue, oh, well, you know what you're getting into when you signed up for the military and you get paid handsomely for it. But at the same time, I can understand someone signing up because they have that want or need to what do you call it? Want or need to protect and serve, that service oriented persona. So I can understand that, but I believe that most people do not go into the military thinking that a president will put um, service members in harm's way for no reason. And when I say no reason, I'm speaking on no attack came on American soil or to Americans. We're over there. And so when I believe when soldiers take their oath of office, they're pledging to protect the United States against all enemies at home and abroad. So, that's a slippery slope because was Hamas America's enemies? Or just by default because we're allies with Israel, or was Israel at at difference with Hamas, and then that would mean that we kind of like bullying them over there, like double teaming, and so thus comes Iran and what they did, right? So let's get back to these two victims though, because I want to understand um, exactly what happened. I think this article is going to go into it just a little bit. Um, so let's get back to speaking about Miss Sanders. She was loved. She didn't have any enemies. All the time you saw her smiling. Her father, Sean Sanders, said in an interview Monday, "This is somebody who was just living life, enjoying life at a young age, working toward a career. Bingo. There it is. There it is. At age 46, Rivers had far more military experience than the two young women. The Defense Department said he joined the Army Reserve in New Jersey in 2011 and served a 9-month tour in Iraq in 2018. He joined the 718th Engineering Company at Fort Moore last year and lived in Carrollton, about 45 kilometers west of Atlanta. The Associated Press was unsuccessful in attempts to contact Rivers' family on Monday. Okay, so I don't know what happened there. Um, let's see what else we can learn. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp issued a statement mourning the inexcusable loss of life of the three soldiers, saying they gave the last full measure of devotion in service to this country. Army Brigadier General Todd Lorowski, commander of the Army's Reserve's 412th Theater Engineer Command, said in a statement, quote, "They represent the best of America," end quote. In Sanders' hometown of Waycross, flags were lowered to half staff. Her parents said her unit first deployed to Kuwait, then to Jordan, where the U.S. operates a logistics support base along the Syrian border. See, they're there to just support, not to be at war with Hamas, but just to support the allies, right? In her spare time while deployed, Sanders would practice jiu-jitsu and run to keep in shape. She relaxed by knitting and called home almost daily, her parents said. While she occasionally mentioned drones being shot down nearby, there was no sense of imminent danger, said Onita Olivia Sanders, the reservist's mother. When they last spoke the day before she was killed, Sanders said she was thinking about buying a motorcycle, much to her mother's disapproval. She had also spoken recently of buying a home. All of these different things that she had plans for, were just cut short in the blink of an eye, Oliver Sanders said. I just feel like somebody like her that's so full of life, it's just unfair that she'll never get to realize those dreams that she had. Casualties of war. Family, are we prepared? Are we prepared mentally? Are we prepared financially to deal with the stresses that comes along with being at, at war with these different nations of people? Coffee cups up. Coffee cups up. I'm still drinking mine black. I made me some tea the other day, though, because I thought I felt a little something coming back or going on in my inside. So I made me some tea with some red onions and some oranges, some orange slices, some lemon, some cloves, some cinnamon. What am I missing? Cloves, cinnamon. Oh, and garlic, right? Some people prefer to put um, a little bit of honey in theirs, but I just drink mine just straight like that. After it seeps a little bit, I just pour it in my mug and I just drink it like that. But coffee cups up. Thank y'all for joining me wherever you are in this world. I appreciate you tuning in. So they didn't tell us much about how or why that unfortunate incident happened with those three service members. But like I said, it is getting to the point where that we have to be prepared for the unlikely event that we will experience war on the United States shores. Unfortunately, this is not a scare tactic. I'm just being realistic as to who are the players and who the United States have found themselves, in the midst of being enemies with. And so, how long do we continue to support Israel? How long do we continue to support Ukraine? Those are just questions that one may ask if you're just being cognizant and aware of those things that's going on around you. So, with that being said, I want to go ahead and move on to something that's very, very important, um, that's taking place tonight. Platt, along with the of members of the Mighty 300, will all gather on Sisters Gail's YouTube channel for a show for Brother O. And this is in an effort to raise funds for Brother Othel Wallace's um, appeal case. He is appealing, and Plaque Team, Mighty 300, along with Sister Gal, and many others are fired up and ready to go. And we just want to bring to the forefront, um, to the public, to remind you all that yes, he is still facing these charges, and also that he still needs your help. Wherever you are, wherever you can, reach out to those who have not donated and encourage them to donate. And then also reach out to those who have previously donated, ask them to donate again, because we're trying to reach $10,000 by February 2nd, so that we can put down a down payment on his legal defense for his appeals process. That's very important in light of the fact that this young man was able to have a group of attorneys that was willing to work with him, and was able to not only work with him but was able to get his conviction reduced from capital punishment to manslaughter. To me, is a very great accomplishment, considering that we as a community did not fully complete the task, but we're almost there. So I'm confident that as a result of the efforts from PLAP and other members of the Mighty 300, I'm confident that we're going to be able to be there once again for our brother, and so that he can come home to his children, right? Imagine that, imagine being able to come home to watch your young ones grow up, and to be able to guide them and protect them during these times of so much uncertainty. Um, you know, in the end, we have good news, that we're able to have individuals that are righteous and stands up for justice, that are willing and believes in our brother's innocence. You know what I'm saying? And then, for them to step up to the plate and willing to work with us as a community to help him pay for these legal funds, pay to navigate through the appellate system, is phenomenal. So we need y'all to tune in tonight to Sister Gail. Gail at Night is the name of her YouTube channel. Gail at Night. That's tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. You don't want to miss this. Um, this is going to be our first time, and we're going to say salute to Sister Gail for graciously um, being a part of this movement and this push to raise these legal funds. She is going to be the host, and so we want to say salute to her and thank you so much for reaching out and presenting this case of Brother Othel Wallace in front of your followers. Your followers are very important to this movement as well. So, family, I did promise you all that I was going to give you a little bit of update about what I've been working on. Is unfortunately, I wanted to come out, you know, before I do that, let's not forget to, for those who can actually see and for those who can hear, if you cannot make or join us tonight, please go to othal.org, othalthor.org, othal.org, and donate whatever you can. Um, $10 would be gratefully appreciated. $10 every week for 10 months. That would put a nice dent on that debt that we're going to owe as a part of working through the appeals process. So whatever you can, if you can't do 10 every week, do 10 tonight, 10 every month, whatever it is that the Most High puts upon your heart to donate, it is greatly appreciated. We need 10 G's to, show these appeals lawyers that we are serious about helping our brother come home, and don't wait too late. It's never too late to donate. Okay, so just keep our brother in mind as you begin to start to cash those income tax checks. Just drop a little something on our brother's legal fund, and that would be greatly appreciated. Love you all for doing that and trying to help one another. So for me, you guys, just coffee cups up for Ozone too as well. Coffee cups up. Thank you all for joining me, whoever you may be, wherever you may be. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I greatly appreciate it. This is coffee, herbs, and Achoti on Achoti Speaks. So just wanted to drop by to give y'all that bit of news about what happened to our people over there in that horrible, senseless war that's going on. Let you guys know that I'm constantly trying to work on reports that I can bring you when it's all the facts included, so you don't have to go anywhere else to understand what's going on. So just as I did that special report on Palestine and made some predictions there, like I said, you can check that out on YouTube, on News Facts and Comments YouTube channel, and it's entitled "Why the Conflict/War in Palestine Matters." Check that out. But I've also been working on some stories surrounding our prison systems in the United States, as well as also law enforcement and their unlawful acts. There's a story that's brewing, and it happened last year, but I'm waiting to confirm some other information and maybe possibly have individuals come on to speak that have some firsthand knowledge of the situation. But definitely working on some good stories for you all that you all need to pay attention to. Seems like I'm forgetting to tell you all about something, but um, hopefully I'll find time to come back again sometimes this week to bring you another update. Also, working on it, that's another story. Working on that story. I don't want to wrap that story up too quickly, and that's in regards to Florida Senate Bill 1092. That is a ongoing story, just for the simple fact that it is still in committee. As of yesterday, it was still in the Appropriations Committee. It had came out of the Criminal Justice Committee with a couple of markups. The markups are there on the Senate's website. You could go ahead and take a look at that. But yeah, I'm working on that story as well, and can't wait to bring you what I found out in that regards. And that relates to Otho Wallace as well, because it appears to me, if it had not been for the fact that Mr. Wallace was able to um, come away with a manslaughter charge as opposed to the death penalty, then this Senate Bill 1092 would not even hit the Senate floor. So we want to, at least I want to start a campaign to urge our people in Florida to call their senators and tell their senators to vote no to Senate Bill 1092. So I'm working on that as well. So I, I've been very much enjoying the several news correspondents that we have on Instagram. And before I move off of this page for the Legal Defense Fund, Otho Wallace Legal Defense Fund, I want to say thank you to all those that have contributed to his fund thus far. Your contribution means a whole lot. I feel like we are a family. All 2,044 donations. Every time you donated, I'm sure many of us have donated multiple times. So for all those who've donated, I feel like you're my family. I love you all with the love of Yahuwah. Please continue to donate. Please do not listen to any negative information that may come out there regarding PLAP. PLAP is a stand-up, transparent organization, and is looking forward to helping many other people who find themselves victims of police brutality and in need of legal defense. So shouts out to PLAP, shouts out to the Mighty 300. You guys know who you are. But just wanted to let you guys know that I see you and I appreciate you. And just because I don't say nothing, don't mean I don't know nothing. So um, sometimes silence is best. So, but in the meantime, like I was saying, while I've been absent and not really pushing out a lot of news stories because of working those stories as well as working my personal businesses, right? Um, I have been noticing on Instagram that a lot of people have taken to reporting the news, and I am so thrilled that this is not just a me thing. You guys just don't know how impactful you are when you're out there paying attention, reading news articles, listening to news stories, and not just from just mainstream news stories, but actually listening to we the people reporting the news stories as it happening. You just don't know how powerful that is, and how that is what I call the new black media, because it's nowhere else where you could get all these different stories from all around the world about stories that's happening to us and happening against us. You know what I mean? And so I think that's so powerful. So shouts out to all the people that follow me and all the people I follow on Instagram, because you guys are just awesome. You know, I as I scroll through all the feeds, you know, it's always something that someone is fighting back against, because when they silence your voice to the point where you never speak, then they're winning. See, I bet they never intended for us, we us's, to learn how to use their technology so effectively. And when we turn around and use their technology to promote us, it removes, it kind of snuffs out all that negative stereotypes that goes around about us, right? And so that's why I love it so much, because if it's not someone that's bringing out some history, it's someone that's showing what law enforcement is doing, and or is showing how they're navigating the system, or they're calling out individuals who just unrighteous and should be called out, so that you know you sound the trumpet on them, so that the public will be leery. Don't hey, don't mess with this guy, you know what I mean? But come with facts though. Don't just be calling out the people just without the facts, and then you find yourself like some people be sued, you know, for millions of dollars. I ain't gonna call no names, you know. So stay out of trouble in that aspect with defaming people, you know what I mean? But yeah, going down my Instagram post, I see a lot of interesting posts and just very inspiring, you know. Um, a lot of knowledge. Shouts out to the original Red Storm. She's on it. When follow her on IG if you guys get a chance. The original underscore RD Storm STRM. She's on it. We're reporting the news, right? Here we go. Someone else. Um, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. 12 hours ago, this was reported by Miss Watchman and Wallace Otho account says, and Instagram told her that she's no longer eligible to use Instagram's branded content tools. Why? Yes, indeed. Let's see. So let's see what Miss Watchman said. They trying to silence you, right? So it says Miss Watchman said on December 14th, I was locked out of my account because I shared someone else's post on my storyline. This screenshot shows the results of that lockout on my side. All I can say is if you are spreading truth, unity, love, protection, and community, you could be next. No matter what they do, I will continue to stay the course I naturally love. However, I love my own. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I stand for right and I shall not be moved. All praises to the Most High. Hallelujah, sister. I understand. I understand. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They shut me down for a couple of days too, right? So it's crazy. So shut me down from posting. I commented on somebody else's post. I just shared this story. Here are the three individuals who were killed as in a drone attack over there in the Middle East. Our young servicemen and women giving up their lives, and you can't really say it's to protect the United States because that wasn't our war. Like Hamas didn't wasn't our enemies at that time, right? So when we say Hamas, we're talking about, don't forget, we're talking about a duly elected government, right? The people voted them in, and it wasn't a crooked election or anything like that. They really voted, they won by the majority of the vote. And so all of a sudden, now the United States is back in Israel because Israel has been a long time ally. But whatever happened to this two-state solution, is it ever going to be a two-state solution? According to Israeli officials, they're not interested in a two-state solution. They are interested, the only solution that they see is to wipe Palestinians, or can I say mow the grass indefinitely, like just mow the grass and don't have the grass come back no more, if you get my drift. But basically it's what South Africa was saying, right? So y'all bless, and may the Most High be with all of our service members that are still over there in harm's way, and may the families of these three fallen soldiers find peace, find peace, find peace, find peace, find peace. So shouts out to the allegiance. Biden said that he's going to retaliate some kind of way by what, putting more of our U.S. members in harm's way. You're going to send them out there because Hunter Biden sure can't even pass a drug test to get into the military. So he ain't going to send his son over there. Bet you that much. Brother Benick said, "You're not tired and depressed. You're just living out your purpose. When you discover what you are born to do, you will start living." Just living out your purpose. I was thinking about that just the other day, like just thinking about, like, you know how there's no stress, no seeds. I give all praises to the Most High for that, to be able to get to this point in my life where I can say, pick and choose what I want to do and how I want to do it, when I want to do it. Is a marvelous feeling. So and right now I am doing what I want to do. I want to talk to the people and drink my coffee and go through these news stories. Like I said, the team on Instagram, I got Team Instagram that keeps me abreast of all the news stories when I'm not able to actually post to the website because of other obligations. So Look at old boy Tahaka Bay. He's still on Tariq. This guy has been on Tariq for like forever. Like, do you have anything else to talk about? I'm so, I feel so excited for him when he has another topic other than Tariq, because it shows that he's really creating content, changing it up, switching it up, showing some creativity. There's nothing creative about talking about one individual all the time. I mean, like, I'm exhausted for him, right? What happened to the museum? Yeah, we want to know too, but like, it's a scam, it's a scam, a scam is a scam, is a scam, right? If it sounds like a duck, quack like a duck, chances are it's probably a duck. So that part. So brother, shouts out to brother Haki Shakur. That's a very intelligent brother. Yeah, very intelligent brother. What he says here, he said, your spirit, your intellect, your wit, your stamina, your ability to advance. Your shield is your strength to ward off, evade, defend, and shelter yourself. In tandem, there are weapons of struggle. In every metaphor of life struggle, whether against the elements of nature or oppression from human on humans, the spear and the shield can be used. Your tactical knowledge at any given time will instruct you rather to thrust your spear or raise your shield, whether to go on the offensive or to retreat. In order to have this consciousness, you'll need to be in tune with objective reality. See, the reality is, yes, sir, brother, you got that right. See, in real life, though, right? See, in reality, yeah, reality is a shocking thing. So, family, look, I'm getting towards the end of my time with you all. I'm glad you were able to catch this episode now or then. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Once again, tonight is where we're all going to be gathering. Tonight at Sister Gail at Night YouTube channel. That's Gail at Night YouTube channel tonight at 7 p.m. She is going to host, Sister Gail is going to host a show for Brother O. Please don't forget to go to othal.org, othal.org, to make a charitable contribution to Othal Wallace Legal Defense Fund. Your contribution is always appreciated. If you don't want us to know who you are, you can always donate anonymously, right? But if you want us to don't know who you are, you can donate. Let us know who you are. Let us know how you found out about Mr. Othal Wallace. Send him some good cheer. Send him a message. Let him know that you're thinking of him and that you are on board with getting him home to his loved ones. And if it has been filed, let's get your name up here. Let's tell you what. Tell you what. And I'm gonna know if it's true. I'm gonna know if it's true. The next person that will donate to the Othal Wallace Legal Fund, I am going to send them an NFNC news, facts, and comment T, right, to that person. All you have to do is donate, take a screenshot of that donation showing up on the website. Take a screenshot and email that email that screenshot to newsfaxc@gmail.com. newsfaxc@gmail.com. Donate $10 or more. Got to be $10 or more. Donate $10 or more. Email that screenshot with where you want me to send your tea to. And just like that. So I'm going to pick a random person. So whoever wanted to go ahead and donate, everybody go ahead and donate $10. Random person. And I'm going to cut it off at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, I'm going to look on there and see who's donated. Check my email to see who's donated and want a T, a NFNCT, a news, facts, and comments T. You know, the springtime is coming. I always like nice white teas. So do it like that. Let's get it. And don't forget to join us tonight over on at Gale at Night. Let's do a show for Brother O. And with that, my family, I am saying to you, be you. The Most High has made you uniquely you. In order for you to stay on top of your game, you have to have a plan. You can't walk this world haphazardly and not suffer any repercussions. So, take it from me. I know. This has been Achoti Speaks with coffee, herbs, and Achoti. I hope you enjoyed the programming. If this was useful to you, share it with someone else. And I hope to see you at Gale at Night tonight, 7 p.m. on YouTube. And remember, Achoti loves you all with the love of Yahuwah. Take care of yourself and each other. Coffee cups up.